Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Lori, and this is Ask Dr. Lori Live. That's right. That's where I look at your stuff. My guests are here from all over. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. The newsletter is free. The next one's going out this weekend on Sunday. What's going to be in it? I'm going to show you the mark that's going to be on a $4,000 vase. That's right. I'm going to show you the marks that are going to make you money. Find the marks, get the piece, and you're going to make money. There you go. It's easy to find. Go to the free tab right there. It's the thumbs up at drloriv.com, and just give us your email. And then you want to get there. You want to sign up soon so you can get this new email, this new newsletter that's coming out soon. My guests are here from all over. I'm going to tell you what you're going to look for in each of these objects. I'm going to list it for you, make it really easy for you. So let's get started. Let's see what they've got. I want to see smiles, and I want to see clear backgrounds. No pictures of anything behind you. I want it as clear as possible. We had to make some changes, of course, so we can keep doing this. So I have to have clear background so it's easy to see your pieces. It looks like I've got an ormolu style clock. There we go. And then it looks like I have an arm pointing to part of a chair or part of a bed or part of something. You're going to have to get up out of the chair so I can see it. So it's nice to see you, and I like your smile. Thank you for that. Looks like it's a rocker. And then we've got this. Let's go with, well, if he smiles a little bit, I'll go with the clock. There it is. I knew you could do it. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Nice to see you. What's your name?
Tanner.
Hi, Tanner. Where are you in the world?
Southeastern Iowa.
Well, it's good to see you, Tanner. Thanks for joining me. I like your clock. It's very beautiful, and you have the key too, huh?
Yes.
How did you acquire it? What can you tell me about it?
It's kind of funny. My mother and I were doing some yard sailing, and we just got to chatting up with the ladies there, and they said they were about to have an estate sale. And they let us in early before they did anything else. And this was on top of a china hutch.
Oh, well, that was nice of them. So you made some friends. They invited you in, and you decided to purchase this piece from them. How tall is this clock?
15 7/8 inches.
Okay. And let me ask you, the actual face or dial of the clock is porcelain, correct? Ceramic. Is it cold to the touch?
I think it's a metal.
Okay. So a couple of things you're going to look for. You usually look for a porcelain face, right? Basically a ceramic face. That doesn't mean the metal ones aren't valuable, but basically you're going to look for that. You're going to also look for Roman numerals versus Arabic numerals, usually our earlier clocks most of the time. Notice all the scroll work. That's all that curved design of the whole piece. So it's cast metal. And then, of course, it is literally, you'll call it gold leaf or gilded, but also ormolu is the term. And it's a 19th century term that we oftentimes use in clocks like these. These clocks oftentimes had two candlesticks next to them. Were the candlesticks in the house someplace?
No.
Okay.
There was nothing else that matched.
If you had the opportunity, if they were there, you want to make sure that you buy those too. Oftentimes they have a figural element like yours. Yours has an actual piece indicating, no, the metal would not indicate that it's newer necessarily. It's just that some of the clocks will have, most of the 19th century clocks will have an actual porcelain face, and then the numbers are actually painted on. Thanks for your good question, Liz. Is it marked on the back?
There are some markings.
No markings on the works at all, Tanner?
There are some markings on the back.
There are some markings. What do they say?
So on the inner workings, there's the number 60, and then it says HC, and then there's a 6 and a 37.
Okay, so let's go back to the front so everybody can see the front of it. Notice, of course, there's that big bell because, of course, it's going to gong on the hour. Notice there are two holes, which indicates that this particular clock is an 8-day strike. That means once a week you got to wind it with the key. And this particular piece is French. It dates to the latter part of the 19th century. How much did you pay for it?
$10.
$10? Oh my gosh, $10? That's fantastic. Value on that ormolu piece, $750 for your $10 investment. Very, very good. You made new friends. You might want to take them to lunch. Based on actual sales records where similar pieces have sold. Are you surprised?
I'd looked it up and I'd seen similar stuff, but I just wanted to be sure. I'm definitely surprised for $10. That's pretty incredible.
Very, very good. Good for you. Be careful when you're looking things up in quotes. And the reason for that is it depends, of course, on the market and whether or not you have the same thing that you're looking up, because you're identifying marks. You may have found pieces that don't have the same marks or have different marks. So be careful. Is it in working condition?
There's actually a note on the back that says it needs to be reworked.
Okay. So you're going to have to spend some money to get it in working condition, but even a non-working condition, $750. Congratulations, Tanner.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And these are some of the things that I oftentimes will indicate. I show you the list of what to look for. Look for ormolu, look for scroll work, look for a porcelain face, look for marks on the back, on all of these types of clocks like that. These are the types of things that we talk about in my class. We had a class a couple days ago, evening class, and it was a lot of fun. And classes are very inexpensive to attend. At the time of this taping, $39 for a Dr. Lori class. You can participate too. Sign up when you can. And I have a new time coming for those of you on the West Coast, because many people said, Dr. Lori, could you do it a little different times for different parts of the world? So for the West Coast of North America, the United States, we're going to do one a little bit later too. So I hope that helps. See, we listen to you. I'm Dr. Lori, the PhD Antiques Appraiser. It's nice to be with all of you. Thanks for joining me. My guests are here from all over. Let's see what they've got. They've been shopping and treasure hunting and thrifting, and let's see what they've got. So it looks like we've got sort of a purple cased glass bowl, might be a compote. Then there is a panel glass piece. Looks like it's more amber glass. And then I have someone who's outside who I'd love to talk to, but it's very difficult to see because of all the different light reflection. So not enough light on the person outside, but hopefully you can fix that. I'm going to go with this purple, and it looks like it is in fact a fan decoration compote. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm from Eastern Washington.
Hi, Donna. Nice to see you. Can you put that piece in front of you so I can see the whole piece? And can you back up a little bit? Yeah, because I still don't see all of it. I'm not getting the base. Okay, that's nice. How did you acquire your piece? Nice piece of cased glass, different colors on the interior versus the exterior. And then, of course, clear glass through the body. So, and Eastern Washington State, correct?
That's correct. Thank you. So of course, and I appreciate what you said about the time difference, because it's hard to catch you when we're so much earlier than you are.
Yeah, so the 3 hours is 3 hours. It's difficult. So the class is going to be later. So those of you I'll stay up late. That's what I'm going to do. I take a nap and stay up late so I can teach the class. And those of you on the West Coast can, of course, have it as a regular night class for those of you. But check it out. It's at drloriv.com/events. A couple of different things about your piece, and what I was going to say about Washington, that's why I was confirming about Washington State, is it's a glass center, right? Dale Chihuly and all the great glass makers, a fantastic museum in Tacoma as well, dedicated to the making of glass. So tell me about this piece. How did you acquire it?
I found this at Habitat for Humanity. I paid $7.99 for it. I just fell in love with it. I have never seen anything like it. I'm
not surprised that you'd see something like that where you are. A couple of things you look for. You look for unusual shapes, right? And contrast in, of course, shape and form. Can you hold it up, or can you tilt your camera down a little bit? Because I'm seeing mostly ceiling. Yeah, if you can do that, that would be, there you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, and back up a little bit this way. So a couple of different things that we're looking at. First of all, right there is good. A couple of things. First of all, you've got, of course, this repeated pattern. You have a little bit of a dip, which is quite nice, which shows some of the change. Try not to move it too much. Try to stay still. There we go. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. Everything's fine. And then you have, again, the clear glass, which is, of course, blown at the bottom, and cased glass. So you're looking for cased glass, which is, of course, the two different colors, right? Cased together. And then a different type of clear glass. I like the juxtaposition of very geometric shapes with very organic shapes or rounded shapes. That's nice. And the size is nice. How tall is it? Do your best. Do you think it's 8 inches tall?
I would think it's about a little bit 10 inches tall.
Okay, so you think it's pretty big. And then in diameter, is it 10 inches in diameter too across the top? I think it might be Bigger than that.
Probably more than, I'm sorry, I forgot to measure.
That's okay. Again, you don't need to apologize here. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make an assumption that it is about 9 inches by 12 inches, 12 inches in diameter, about 9 inches tall. That particular piece is probably made very close to, of course, where you live. And I think that's made wonderful art studio glass piece. How much did you pay for it?
Like $7.99.
$7.99, value on it about $175.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
And Dr. Lori, we appreciate you and very thankful for your giving soul of this opportunity that you do this for free.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy.
Thankful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's nice to hear it. And the best way you can thank me is use the binge link, watch the videos, learn as much as you can, enjoy treasure hunting, and of course, collecting for yourself, and tell your friends. Okay. Nice to see you. Washington State.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, a wonderful, beautiful piece. And remember, when you're looking for glass pieces, you want to look for those contrasts, those juxtapositions, the differences. That's what you want to look for. Oh, and I did video calls today, and someone asked me the difference between red jasper and carnelian. So for Rochelle, I wore carnelian. I promised you I would, and I did. Video calls are a lot of fun too. You can book those on the website. But my guests are here with all different kinds of objects, and we're going to take a look at them with the appraisals. I'm happy to do the appraisals. I want you to be aware that the market needs to be evaluated all over. So you can't just go to one place, look something up, and get the right answer. So you want to be careful of that. So I didn't mean to make this poor person run inside. I just wanted to make sure that she could see that we could see the piece. So let me take that piece. So I've got this piece of amber, this amber piece of glass with the panels. I call them panels, basically. And then I have this other piece, which let's give that a little turn so we can see the floral design on that. I'm going to go with the flowers. I'm not good at flowers. I kill flowers. I kill plants. I burn stuff in the kitchen. I'm not very homey. I'm not good at that. But I have to say, and I tend to lean toward floral designs that have a little bit of flair. So this really looks like a nice Art Nouveau floral design. Hi, what's your name, hon?
I'm Amy. I'm from upstate New York.
Hi, Amy. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So what have you got here, Amy?
I bought this vase at the Goodwill for $5.
I want you to back up a little bit for me, honey. Yeah, I want to see the whole thing. Here's what I want to see. Don't turn it. Okay, great. And here's why. I want you folks to be able to see the elements that I'm looking for. You know, that list that will help you when you're at the thrift store. I want you to hear me in your head. So the first thing is, notice a nice bulbous form, right? So it's thin at the top. It gets bigger and then it gets thin again. So tapering forms and tall. If it's going to have a taper, it's got to be tall, right?
12 inches.
Yeah, small pieces. The taper doesn't do anything for them because they don't have enough room for you to understand and visually see the taper. Second thing I want you to look for, of course, is if there's a mark, that would be great. Does your piece have a mark?
No.
Completely unmarked. Okay. And then the other thing that I like about it is I like the difference. I like the difference with respect. I just stopped so everybody can look. The difference with respect to the decoration on the top of the flowers, and then, of course, the body itself. So that nice contrast. When you look at the flowers, look at the way the flowers are sort of pulled and accentuated. This is the Art Nouveau, and the Art Nouveau is very popular in the early years of the 1900s. Your piece is not from the early 1900s. Your piece is probably from about the 1960s, trying to look back 50 years to about 1910. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So 12 inches, nice piece. Probably made in the United States, trying to look like those pieces that come out of Europe. I would say value on that piece at 12 inches, easily $150. What did you pay?
$5.
$5 is excellent. Excellent.
Yep.
And thank you for those super chats and super stickers. Of course, it helps us to make more videos for you. So I appreciate your support. Super chats and super stickers. Thank you for those. Hey, nice to meet you. So when you're looking at it, I want you to look for contrasts, right? Especially with some of the higher end artistic pieces, contrasts are what basically attracts your eye. Colors are very important. And of course, good detail too. The bird was beautiful there too, folks who like the birds. Yeah, pulled flowers. You know, I oftentimes call them like taffy pulled flowers. a representation of a different time period. But the Art Nouveau is really sinuous lines and organic forms, and forms that kind of mean look as if we kind of like extended we did a big stretch in yoga. I've been trying to do yoga. That is a joke. I can't do yoga. I'm trying, but it's not that easy. But that stretch, that idea of trying to stretch and pull, that's what they're doing in, of course, the Art Nouveau, which is the period that is made famous by who? Louis Comfort Tiffany and many others. So yeah, beautiful piece. Nice example. I like that piece. You guys are doing very well at the thrift stores, the antique malls, the yard sales, and I hope you're watching my real bargain so you can see the success stories too. Let's see what we've got here.
Nice example. I like that.
Nice.
You guys are doing very well at the thrift store, the antique malls.
Oh, everybody's talking. Yeah, you got to turn me off, guys. There we go. All right. I want to talk about, well, we haven't got the camera correctly for the pin. So the camera with the pin has to go horizontally. And, oh, hurry up, quick, go, smile. Oh, gosh, she's so cute. She's like, okay, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Well, I mean, it's not a fascinating chair, but let's go with the furniture.
I don't have the microphone.
And the person with there you go. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Tara. How are you?
Hi, Tara. I'm fine. I need you to look toward the chair, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to get all shots of your whole house. There we go. I really need you to stay on a clear background. That's true of all of you. Okay, so you have an early 20th century to mid 20th century chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Cane back and cane seat. How much did you pay for it?
$40, and the sticker underneath is from Tell City.
Okay. I would say value on that chair is about $85 to $100 in a good market. Market's not great right now. Is it sturdy? You look sturdy. You were sitting in it.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I'd say about $100 for it. And again, it dates to, again, that early 20th century time period. What'd you pay for it?
I paid just about $40 3 years ago when I had my son.
Okay. Did you have it recaned or was it in good condition?
No, it's been in great condition, super sturdy.
$100, super sturdy. What do you look for? Look for, of course, those turned arm supports, the turned legs. That's, of course, those turned elements that are turned. And if you have caning, I want you to look at caning from, again, the back and also on the seat, both. But it's nice that she had it and she can relate it to that, of course, emotional time of when she had her child. So that's nice. Good for her. That's a nice piece too. Yeah, try to stay within when the background is blank for me. That will be helpful. And again, we had to change some things because, you guys were overloading the system and I have to make sure that we can, in fact, provide as much information to all of you as possible. When it comes to furniture, remember, a lot of you like to refinish and repurpose furniture. A lot of you are really good at it too. Make sure that what you do is the appraised value before you start your project, because I've run into people who have done that and said, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was really valuable until I touched it and ruined it and devalued it. So be aware and make sure that you do that. Make sure that you are looking at these pieces and getting that appraised value. At least send it to our website. It's very easy to send me a photo. Go to the homepage at drloriv.com and you can just send a photo. There's 3 little arrows there and 3 little circles on the website. See them? It says send photos. Just click on that little camera, that little brown circle, and then it'll take you to the form where you can send a photo. It's right on the homepage. You can't miss it. At drloriv.com. Anyway, guests are here from all over. I'll be happy to look at their pieces. Did you sign up for that newsletter yet? Don't forget about the newsletter. My guests from all over are here. Let's see what they've got. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this. Let's see what we've got here. I need you guys to back up a little bit for me. Oh, we've got a star and a moon. I do love the celestial stuff, I have to say. I do love the stars and the moons and such. And then I've got that piece, which looks like necklace and earrings that match. Let's go with the star and the moon. Looks like it might be a necklace or a pendant. Hi.
It is. It's a necklace. I'm guessing it used to be like a stick pin that they made into a necklace. But
what's your name?
Oh, Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. Where are you today?
I am in Hudson, New Hampshire.
Okay. So you said you think it was a stick pin, but now it's become a pendant?
I think so.
Okay.
It looks like I don't know if you can see the.
Come up a little bit. Go straight up. Oh, it looks like they put like a little bail on it. Oh, okay, I see what happened. All right. And then you've got it on this. Now, it does look like it is set, and it looks like it's faux turquoise, right? It doesn't look like it is. It actually looks like they're stones, but it looks like those stones have actually been dyed, right? So, and then is there any other mark on the back of the silver metal?
No, there's nothing.
Okay, the silver metal looks like silver toned metal. It looks like it could be stainless steel. It doesn't look like it's sterling silver, and it isn't marked as such. So it looks like it's costume jewelry, but I do like the form, and I like the size. The size of the piece is quite nice. And of course, the star sort of at the top. It's this idea of your eye moving back and forth. So a lot of these pieces, when it comes to costume jewelry, looking at these pieces that you have actually that idea of looking at, of course, a movement sort of on this half moon or this crescent shape. And then you've got a big geometric or very sharp angular lines in the star. So that, again, is this idea of contrast that we're seeing. Time period probably dates to the late 1970s. It's been restored, conserved, repurposed. It's been changed in some way. Anytime you alter a piece, you alter its value. I would say for the pendant only, you're looking at $35.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
How much did you pay for it?
Way more than that.
Okay. Well, do you like it?
Oh, I do.
Well, you enjoy it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice piece. A couple of different things. You got to look for those marks, because those marks are going to be the information that you're going to need with respect to these kinds of pieces. And then the other thing that you look for when it comes to this is when you see something that when the stones are actually dyed in that way or colored in that way, you can see the different actual coloration coming through. So you can see they're not all uniform. But a nice design, very nice, and she likes it, so that's good. But I want you to know the value. I want you to look for quality, and then you won't pay too much. You won't pay too much. Guests from all over are here talking about art, antiques, and collectibles and what to look for. And I want to give you those lists so you know what's what. You know, so you're looking at the at object and you're saying, okay, in this object I need to look for this, Dr. Lori said. And that's what we'll take a look at today. Okay. Okay. And then we've got this piece. Yeah, I need you to back up a little bit. Let's take a look at this chain, and it looks like it has some big open link chain. It looks like it has some hearts and some punched out circles and some punched out pieces. Is this piece marked Tiffany?
It is.
Okay, what's your name? What's your name, and can you back up?
Hi, it's Liz in Seward, Alaska.
Hi, Liz. How are you? Nope, connection is frozen. A couple of things to look for if you are looking for pieces like that. First of all, there are a lot of fakes out there. So I want you to be aware of what's fake. And on the website, under the research pages, I tell you about how to spot a fake, how to spot a fake Chanel, how to spot a fake costume jewelry piece. So that would be helpful to you. And that, of course, is through the newsletter. How do I, what was that? How do I get on live? We've told you many, many times, and I'll tell you again. The way you get on live is go to drloriv.com, go to the specials and shop page and scroll down. There are instructions on that page. Read them. I know. Read the instructions. That's what you'll do. And you read the instructions and you follow the instructions, and that's what you have to do. I also request that you have a clear background, a plain background. So whether that's all white or all blue or all whatever, but I can't have family pictures in the background. I don't want anything else in the background, because when there are other objects in the background, it basically helps obstruct your object. Now I want to focus on your object. So there you go. So in terms of being blocked, there are many, many things that we had to change in order to continue this, because you folks were overloading the system. One of the things that was happening was people in the same household were actually 2 or 3 people in the same household were putting on 2 or 3 devices, and in fact, all trying to get in from the same household. So they're on their laptop, they're on their phone, they're on their desktop computer, and they're trying to all get in from the same place. So, we might have to block those people. But basically what we're trying to do is get through as many people as possible. And, the less whining, the better, Thank you very much for the super chats and super stickers. I am happy to provide this information to you. I want you all to succeed and learn what to look for. And that's what we do here. So let's see what else we've got. Hey, maybe Liz got back. Hi, Liz. That's better. Let's see what we've got. How did you acquire this piece?
In a $35 jewelry buy, and there was over 15 sterling necklaces, 4 sterling bracelets, and then this Tiffany necklace that every single charm is marked Tiffany. There's 4 of them.
Every single charm is marked Tiffany and Company or return to Tiffany and Company. What do they say exactly?
Okay, some of them say Tiffany and Company. One of them says return to Tiffany and Company.
Okay.
And then Tiffany and Company 925.
Good. What about the clasp?
The clasp, I didn't find anything except for 925. I didn't find Tiffany, so I think they might have changed the clasp.
Okay. All right. So I think that the clasp has actually, I think that the Tiffany charms have been added to this particular piece, added to the big open link necklace. So tell me, how long is this piece?
It's 16 inches.
16 inches. So right about up here, right? So it's pretty, but very nice. So intended to be a little bit longer typically when you have Tiffany pieces like that, that's a very nice piece. And I would say value on this piece, it looks to be authentic, but remember what they've done is they've taken they've taken the little charms off of other Tiffany pieces and put them on this. Okay.
Right.
It was not the expectation that it would be sold from Tiffany's just like in this form or in this manner. So
correct.
Value on it, you're looking at about $500 for that piece. It's very nice.
Ooh.
And in fact, it would be great if it were just an actual Tiffany sterling silver open link chain with just one of these on it. That would be actually worth more if it had the Tiffany mark. So that's nice. I always tell you, look for brand names. How much? So you paid $35 for all of these pieces and you got a lot of sterling silver in this lot.
Probably 75 cents.
Terrific. Congratulations. Good for you. Tiffany is always good. Look for those brand names. That's a nice one. So what you want to look for with respect to Tiffany is, of course, you want to look for the authentic marks. And those are going to be the 925. You're going to also want to look for, and these are the lists, the 925 return to Tiffany and Company, right? You also want to look for that 925, that sterling silver mark on it, in addition to Tiffany and Company. And be careful if it just says Tiffany. And be careful if it says something like Tiffany Studios, because that would be a little bit different. And those are not typically what you see for sterling necklaces. That would typically be what you see if you saw a Tiffany lamp. So don't get confused because there's a lot of different Tiffany's out there working. You know, it's all under the umbrella of Louis Comfort Tiffany and Company, but sometimes it's Studios, which is the stained glass, and sometimes it's something else. So be careful about that. Yeah, so there's a lot of these pieces out there. A lot of you are telling me that you're finding, of course, great pieces, actually a fantastic video call that I'll talk about in another video, but a fantastic video call who actually gets only broken pieces. She only buys the broken pieces, the broken lots. And then she said, a lot of the times they're not broken. They're just so tangled that if I have the patience to untangle them, I'm finding very beautiful pieces and very valuable pieces in lots that are deemed broken. So be careful of that. And another tip for those of you who are looking at pieces online, if you're looking at a lot of these online, of course, auctions, if you're looking at that, look for misspellings. Because misspellings are another one of the things that a lot of people are overlooking of some of the very famous names, like Tiffany, for example. It might be misspelled, and then you look at the picture and you go, wait a minute. So look for that as well. I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you next time.